Mike the Vegas Guy here with another hotel review, and this time I'm taking you to the world famous Sahara Hotel and Casino over on the north end of the Strip at the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and its namesake street, Sahara. They have undergone some pretty extensive renovations in recent years. It looks nothing like the old Sahara. It looks so much better than the SLS as it was branded for a few years back. It is back as the Sahara, and in my opinion, it is better than ever. So I'm taking you with me for my 2-night stay. If you're new to my channel, I always do at least a 2-night stay when I do my hotel reviews, unlike some other influencers in Vegas who like to only stay for 1 night, get their content, and leave. I'm gonna get into the weeds, tell you everything, every little detail about the room, and what it's really like to stay here for more than 1 night. Let's go up and see the room. All right, welcome to the Sahara. This is the Mara Tower. It's called a Mara King room. This is one of the old towers. The Sahara is one of the older hotels on the Strip. I'd have to check the dates versus Circus, but as far as like rooms and towers still standing in Las Vegas, the Sahara, even though it has undergone a name change about 10 years ago and it's gone back to the Sahara, it is still the original Sahara building, the original casino, the original 3 towers they've built here. It's a small room. This is an old-fashioned room, but look at this makeover. This is a gorgeous room here. Take a look at this lovely little chair and a little end table. We have very modern, the new things they're doing with headboards and nightstands in rooms instead of having a giant piece of furniture, just a little fixture off of the headboard, off of the wall. There's a nifty little, I don't know what you call that, a bed ottoman? It's not a couch. Now I swear, the picture that I saw of this tower, what I booked on the website did say Mara Tower, a Mara King room. That's what I got. I am in the Mara Tower, but it had like a full couch at the foot of the bed in that photo, and this is not that. But the rooms are all different in this hotel. From what I understand from my research, there's lots of different styles of rooms you can get. It's all over the board. So this is a Mara room. I'm sure there's more different looks and decors to this hotel. Smaller room, but really nice makeover. The whole building, as you're going to see in this video, is just a gorgeous makeover. It's all the proof in the world that places like the Tropicana never needed to close so long as someone wanted to actually invest money and just spruce it up, actually, really renovate it. That's what they've done at the Sahara, and it's gorgeous, and I'm really excited about things here. They've got lots of desk space, lots of drawer space, counter space. We've got the television here. Unlike my stay at Paris, where there was nowhere you could put anything down, one little desk that was too full with the minibar, this is what you should expect. Lots of space to just put your stuff. If you have stuff, you can put your backpack and things there. And there's a desk with a desk chair, phone at the desk, lamp with outlets, and mounted into the wall 2 outlets, 2 USBs. SUBs? Yeah. I'm tired, can you tell? Over here at the nightstand, 2 outlets, 2 USBs. And of course, that's matching on the other side. You can power everything in here. Really perfect. Good storage. Okay, I'm just seeing this too. I just got in here. What is this? What's trying to zoom in on it so you can see what it is. The power button. I'm afraid. I'm going to hit the power button on the mirror. Okay. That's cool. The mirror has a big light. Hi folks, how's it going? So, with a small space, they put a lot of mirrors. So there's a mirror, giant mirror. They just filled the whole wall. That's what you do. What a difference that makes space-wise to see this floor to almost ceiling giant mirror. The door to the bathroom is also a mirror. This is the door to the bathroom. It's heavy. There's no lock on the door. It doesn't latch. It's one of those barn doors, but boy, it's a heavy door. Very nice stand-up shower. Again, more mirrors. Really nice, fancy new sink. Looks like an empty spot for more stuff in this little tray. Lotion, soap. Of course, there is a selection of shampoo, conditioner, body wash in the shower there. And look at this shower head. Okay. All right, now we're talking. Look forward to testing that. It looks like it's got obviously the rain shower and the handle. Perhaps you can use both at the same time. Maybe it's only one at a time. And oh, look at that. Mineral buildup. Just like I've talked about. Totally normal thing you're going to see. You're always going to see some kind of mineral buildup around any faucet in this city. It's not mold. As I don't want to criticize. I'm not going to name names, not going to call anyone out, but there's some other creators who have made a big deal. Oh, it's disgusting. No, it's really hard to clean, and they only have to get chemicals out to clean it periodically. They have to take the shower head off sometimes. So yeah. Cut the hotels a little slack. So anyway, that's a little dark, but there is a light above the shower and a light above the sink and the vanity. Tell you what, one more light would really, that's the fire sprinkler system there. But nice bathroom. Door is heavy. That barn door is, oh gosh. Hello. It's a heavy door. It's a heavy door. Okay. A little bar here. You've got the ice bucket and 2 complimentary bottles of water. They mention that as part of your room on the website when you book your room. 2 complimentary bottles of water. And look, more power. So if you want to leave your device, a nice little nook here for you to leave your cell phone, plug it in here. That's cool. And of course, hello again. There's another mirror, more mirrors. I'll check out the bathroom in a second. Down here is a fridge, mini fridge. It's included. It's for you. It's a nice one too. Wow, that's big. Just is good too, because I often bring like a 2-liter bottle of soda with me. And drawers. More drawers. All the drawers you could ever want to put stuff in. Never in my life. I stashed my bag in here real quick. But so you've got a separate compartment with the ironing board, and the iron is down on the floor there. I got my bag here. Big, tall, and there's a light in it. The light goes on and off. See if you can see it shut off. There it goes. When you shut the doors. Really nice. Really, really nice. And, okay, not to be snarky, but I just had to say this while we're looking at this. This is not a wet bar. I've seen other Vegas travel bloggers see a little bar like that, call it a wet bar. There's only a wet bar if it has a sink. There are hotel rooms in this town that have actual wet bars in the rooms. They're very nice. It's really convenient having a sink in your room outside of the bathroom. But this does not. That's just a bar. It's a little nook. I don't know, a little beverage station. I'm sure someone will incorrectly call it a wet bar. But so not too much for this tour. Lots of light. Gorgeous, just gorgeous room. All these little lights. Ooh, that's like a little spotlight. I'll see how that is at night. We'll see what this looks like at night with all these little lights on. Oh, and I guess I didn't show you the view. I didn't show you the view because if you are a fan of the monorail, oh, perfect timing. There's the monorail. Look at that, the Las Vegas monorail, the Sahara station. That's your view. And I think these are the Turnberry Towers. Whatever that is. And you can see the West Gate over there, the next monorail stop. This is Paradise Road behind it. I will say, though, just looking down there, there is a separate entrance at the back. So if you are going to stay at the hotel, you want to check into the hotel. The hotel check-in is at the back of the building off of Paradise. They have a separate valet. The valet at the back here is not open 24 hours, but they have free valet, free parking here. They say it's for hotel guests, that it's included as part of your resort fees, but it's also free for as of this recording. Parking is totally free here. Of course, tip your valet if it's free valet, or always tip your valet. But so this is the entrance. You pull in off of Paradise and pull right in here. Oops, sorry, folks. And there's an entrance, and you walk right into the hotel check-in. So you drop off your car just underneath us to the right, where these cars are probably going to turn. Or you can park in that garage. That's the garage people are pulling in and out of right there. There are gates. It's set up for them to charge for parking sometimes. We'll see if things change in the future. A lot of the hotels, Westgate around the corner there, just recently decided to start charging for parking. So it's dark times in the world of free parking. But still here at the Sahara, you can get it. So, pro tip, pull in the back, enter in the back entrance off of Paradise Road. Don't go into the main valet, the main porte cochere out front on Las Vegas Boulevard. You're going to have to hike it with your luggage to the back of the building. Or I'm sure someone from the bell desk can help you. But so far, I'm really impressed. Just showing up here, walking in. I like this room. Lots of mirrors, lots of light. I will see what it looks like tonight in the dark. See what the gorgeous view of the... To be fair, I will say, the woman who checked me in was lovely. She asked me what my preferences were, if I preferred a view or a high floor. I said, You know the place better than me. Whatever you recommend, I trust your judgment. All I cared about was having a fridge in the room. She was like, all the rooms have refrigerators. I was like, that's great. I made a request on the website for the king room. I'm going to look into that photo. That was different than the room I got. But so I'm on the 8th floor. 8th floor, not too high up, facing the monorail station. Fine by me. Really, really super convenient from the back door. I will say, I'm going to be able to walk right in from the valet straight into the hotel tower, to the elevators. It's very, very convenient, this Mara Tower. It is the closest to the rear entrance to the hotel check-in. So she gave me convenience over function, which honestly I care about a little more. It's a quick walk to the room. I enjoy that. So pretty happy, even though it's a smaller room. Can't complain. I will check in later. So just a quick overview of the property. Here it is from across the street. A lot of the restaurants are advertised on the sidewalk. Most of them are along the strip with views out the windows. I'm not a food critic, so I won't get too into the weeds about the food, although I did get some takeout I'll show you later in the video. The casino has had just a gorgeous renovation. It feels like one of the newer properties on the strip, in spite of being one of the oldest properties on the strip. Here is the Casbar Lounge, renamed. It's not the original location of their famous Casbar Lounge. They're also very proud of this day club. You know, I don't usually review the pools when I do my hotel stays, but this is a pretty neat property. They have renovated their old pool into a bit of a day club. And I really love this little bar in the lobby, the Tangier Bar, another throwback to an old name of the hotel tower here. In spite of how shiny and new the renovation is, they do a really good job of paying homage to the history of the building. They have these wonderful pictures. I took some video here of the display in the lobby. I wish that more Vegas hotels, the older hotels, would do more stuff like this and really teach about the history of the property and the real Vegas history that took place here. They do a pretty good job here with some of these nameplates on some of these pictures, but I did find them kind of funny. This one here, the little plate only says George Burns with Carol Channing, but I'm pretty sure that's also Tommy Smothers and Wayne Newton in the picture. But, you know, I guess they don't think Tommy Smothers is famous enough to be recognized. I don't know. And this Liberace picture is pretty famous. That's been going around for a while. But you'll see Don Rickles on the marquee there. Don Rickles got his start at the Sahara. He was a mainstay at the original Casbar Lounge back in the day. That's how he got his start. He was doing a late night show there. I wish they paid a little more tribute to him here. Of course, the Rat Pack is famous over at the Sands mostly, but they have, you know, a Rat Pack photo here as well. So they're, you know, kind of splitting hairs about whether it's being true to Sahara's history or just leaning into the history of Las Vegas. But either way, I'm glad that they've done that here, and it is fun to walk around and see that in the lobby. So definitely be sure, even if you're not staying here, take a walk around and look at some of the displays they have. It's worth it here. Now, I realized I lied a little bit. I managed to not go back and film the room at night. I apologize. I couldn't find it in my footage here. So let's skip ahead to the next morning, waking up, and I'll show you my curtain test. All right, get ready for the blackout curtain test. It's not the best blackout curtain, but the seam in the middle is not the problem. Almost no light coming through the seam, but it is the ceiling, and there is the little piece of wood, so that makes a difference. Here we go. This room, of course, is facing east. So, and again, I watch a monorail pull right in. I'm a night owl. Thankfully, I sleep through the crack of dawn. At one point I rolled over in bed and noticed how bright the light was coming in from the roof there. So it does have that little plank of wood, so it could be even worse. But the top of these tan curtains light up orange when the sun is shining. Here's the rest of the room with all my junk strewn about. So here's some first morning thoughts. I didn't even notice. I didn't even process it doing the first room tour. There's these accent pillows. 4 regular pillows on the bed, and 3 of these giant accent pillows. I don't know what to do with them. I have to throw them on the floor. What do they expect? So, and that's what it is. There's a smoke detector. Little things I pay attention to late at night. Little things that, I'm not someone who needs a complete blackout in the room. I know some of you out there, any little light in the room will bother you. There's this little light in the smoke detector, but of course it's above this lamp, so it kind of shines through there. I saw, why is there like a dim light coming out of this lighting fixture? The light is off. I couldn't see it in the dark. And of course, I told you there's this power button. It lights up. When the mirror is off, this light is on. When you turn the mirror on, that light goes off. So you'll have that little orange light coming from there. And the only thing is there's so many mirrors everywhere. Hello again. So that light is not only there, you roll over, look to one side, to my left, and you see the lighting fixture in the mirror. So there's the mirrors add to the light in the room, obviously, because they reflect light. So, but still, the room got pretty darn dark at night, obviously, when it's not like there's extra lights shining onto the windows or anything like that. So that's not a problem for me. And something I didn't pay as much attention to yesterday, these little fake plants, plastic. Oh, and look at that. There's a little bit of dust. That's the problem with fake plants. You have to dust them. And there's this little, I assume it is also plastic. Yes, it is. Succulent. Because sometimes succulents have a plasticky look to them as well. And they take very little water. You could put real succulents in a hotel room, but still, too much maintenance. Not too much after my first night. I will say this chair is pretty comfortable, even though there's not much of a back to it. I enjoy larger chairs that have a full backrest, head, can lay your head back on them, and this is just one of those waist-high chairs, but it's soft and comfortable. And and this is a pretty comfortable desk chair too. So I'm happy with the furnishings in the room. Happy with all the counter space. And I'll report back. Haven't tried the shower yet. I did notice, I'll tell you later, but the sink seems to only have hot water. But I'll do a report on that tomorrow when I can speak more about the shower and all that jazz. This is my first morning. I will report back and let you know how things went. Okay, time to talk about this bathroom. Um, this sink. This is the faucet. This is the and no matter which direction you turn this, it's hot water. Almost, if you get it right in this right little corner here, it's possibly cold. Everywhere else, as soon as you move it anywhere else, hot water, like steam, will come out. It's at worst, it's always hot water, steaming hot water coming out. At best, it's, hard to use. And it's also a shallow sink. I didn't have much in the way of like splashing, but it's weird. And boy, is that just a strange, I've never seen that before. This joystick control. Now the shower. Good news, that shower head, you got the detachable one and the rainfall shower head. You can use them both at the same time. So you can use this one to kind of angle it towards you. I don't know what I think about rain shower heads. Tell me in the comments. Do you guys like these rainfall? Because I noticed it is angled slightly, but it feels like it's just straight down on top of you. And I like to be able to have water on me, but not on my head and not on my face at the same time. Like the normal shower head directional, which would be fine if the water pressure were better. The water pressure here is like rain out of both of them. The handheld did have a setting. You could set it to change there's only two settings, the regular and the tighter jet, but still the pressure wasn't that great. So make of that what you will. The water pressure isn't the best, but it's not the worst. I've had worse for sure. But this faucet, that's the strangest part. Just my thoughts on the bathroom. Now, as I've covered on my channel before, their one big resident show here is Magic Mike Live upstairs. It is in their own showroom. It's a really great space. Check out that video. I go in depth about that. It is one of the best shows in town. Definitely, it is a male review, but it's probably the best of its kind in Vegas, so be sure to check that out if you're going to stay here. They do have a larger showroom here. I believe it's called the Sahara Theater right now. They have had some resident shows there in the past. At the moment of this recording, there's nothing in there, and they don't even have markings on the front of the theater that it's even there if you walk by it in the casino, so I didn't even film it. Hopefully they'll book some more acts into that room. It's a great space. There's a lot of potential for entertainment at Sahara. And I did get takeout here at Chickie's and Pete's in my ongoing saga of testing the buffalo wings and Caesar salads at all of the hotels I stay at with my keto diet. This was pretty good, standard fare. I will say those wings were a little sweeter than I expected them to be. So if you're looking for really hot buffalo wings, maybe not go with those over at Chickie's and Pete's. I'll definitely have to come back and sample more of their food options in the future. Okay, I'm getting ready to check out here at the Sahara, Las Vegas. A few final thoughts. It's an older hotel. It's a smaller room. The room is very nice. It's loud out there, the walls. I don't know. I certainly didn't hear anything from the rooms on either side of me. I like to keep my TV on late. Maybe they were hearing my TV. I don't know. I usually don't hear like room to room noise, but the hallway noise, the door outside feels like anyone who walks down the hall, especially housekeeping during the day. I'm a night owl. I sleep in pretty late. And so by 10 a.m., when I'm just like waking up, I'm starting to hear. It felt like every time housekeeping knocked on other door, not my door. I had my do not disturb sign. They were, they respected that, which was cool. But it felt like any door they knocked on was just inches from my room, which isn't the case. But so the hallways are echoey and loud. Just little things like that is how the hotel shows its age. But the remodel is fantastic. I really want to like this hotel. I like the aesthetic. I like the vibe. I love that they have gone back to the roots and celebrated the history of the property. The SLS ownership era tried to wipe away all traces of the Sahara, and the new company that owns it is embracing it, renaming things the Casbar Lounge, the Tangier Bar. One of the towers used to be called the Tangier Tower. Little details like that if you know the history of the building. They have photos in the lobby of old famous stars who've appeared here, historical moments from the history of the Sahara. I really appreciate that. It otherwise feels like a brand new resort. I really want to love this place, but here's my problem. There's just a handful of things that are weird. They offer valet parking. They offer free valet parking and free self-parking as of right now, but their valet parking is not great. It's not reliable. I said when I checked in during my room tour that they have the valet that's closest to the hotel, but that's closed after 9 p.m. This is what the woman at the front desk told me. She said, but any other time, 24 hours a day, you can pull into the front entrance off of Las Vegas Boulevard. So last night I went out and came back in. It was before midnight, but it was like 11:30 something. I pulled in, followed the signs, pulled up. There was no one out there. There was no valet out there. I idled there for a minute or two, kept looking around to see if there was. I didn't even see like where their valet stand would be. I was parked. I followed the signs. There was a car in front of me that was parked and left there in the lane for the valet. No one came, so I just said screw it, and I went and self-parked in the garage. Self-parking saves me tip money. I feel bad for, I like to use valet since it's sort of a dying breed ever since places started charging for it so much. It is certainly convenient, especially when you are checking in and out of a hotel, but also the garage here is a straight shot out of the hotel door as well, so easy enough to just take your luggage into the elevator. And this whole place is certainly smaller and easier to navigate than most large strip resorts. So that's one thing you've got going for it. If you want a really luxurious vibe to your hotel stay, and you want that kind of gold leaf, everything high-end feel, but you don't want to navigate Wynn or Encore. I mean, Wynn and Encore are so massive. I mean, I've gotten lost pretty much every time I've ever set foot there. Now, I'm not saying this place is as luxurious as Wynn or Encore, but it feels like they're trying to be. It's an older, smaller property, and there's pros and cons to that. Definitely, it is easy to navigate, easy to walk around, easy to get in and out of the north end of the strip off between Paradise Road and Sahara. My other complaint, the other downside, has got to be the casino. I have a love-hate relationship with this casino. I want to love it so much. I love the atmosphere here. They have a good selection of games. They have some older slot machines, the kind of games I like to play that are almost nowhere to be found on other parts of the strip in the newer resorts. They keep getting replaced by these really flashy, really high volatility, harder to win anything on kind of slots. And I like playing older slots that are, you can hit one regular line pay and make some money back on it. When I'm not playing video poker, that is. But in spite of them having games that I really like to play, they took my money. They did not have good payback. Now, the interesting thing is this is almost like an off-the-strip location these days. Although Resorts World and Fontainebleau certainly have livened up the north end of the strip here. Physically, you feel like you are far away from, the center strip action. But this casino feels like a strip casino in the sense that the machines are really tight. The pay tables on video poker are not as good. I've only briefly played here. Every time I go, I'm not thrilled about it. Now, thankfully, they did offer me this 2-room night. I'd only really visited here twice as a player since I signed up for this slot club just earlier this year. I didn't gamble much. I lost and decided I don't need to keep spending money here, and I went home. But then lo and behold, they sent me 2 free room offers. So that's what I'm staying here on. I'm not a high roller here. So you too, if you're a new tourist to Vegas, you can sign up for a rewards club. Even if you don't play that much, as long as you spend a little money, especially if you're from out of town, especially if you're not a local and you have to fly here, they will send you free room offers. And the reason I took this offer, this room offer also had no resort fees. So they offered a truly free room for a first-time player. And I'll be curious to see what I get in the mail going forward. As a local, they usually don't give as good of offers to the locals. But if I don't keep receiving, invitations like this, free rooms, maybe dining credits and other things, I probably won't be coming back here as a local just to gamble. It was a nice stay. It was a complimentary stay. So, the jury is still out for me. But as far as the hotel review goes, really nice rooms, great staff here, good location with the monorail. I think the pros outweigh the cons of this resort. Oh, and all the dining options, plenty of dining options. This is not owned by one of the big, at least not one of the companies that's big in Vegas. They do have other properties across the country. They have the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, so you might get offers from Reno for here as well. Otherwise, this company stands on its own here in Las Vegas. So there's a benefit to that. They're competing with the bigger corporations, and often you benefit from that competition. Anyway, I'm running out of time. I got to check out. Tell me in the comments what you thought of the Sahara. Have you stayed here yourself? And tell me which hotel you'd like to see me review next. Until next time, I'm Mike the Vegas Guy.